Let's talk 5-MeO-DMT and Bufo. I want to talk about red flags and facilitation. So when you're choosing a facilitator, the number one thing to remember is this, right? The work should always be about you, not about them. If a facilitator makes themselves the center of attention, if it feels like it's about their ego, their story, their power, that's a huge red flag. It needs to be about you. Also is consent. That's a huge one. A safe facilitator always asks before touching, adjusting you, or suggesting a dosage, right? And you always have the opportunity to revoke that consent. If you ever feel pressured or like you feel your no isn't really respected, then that's not safety, that's control. And here's something a lot of people overlook: proper screening. And this is the foundation for all facilitation work. A professional facilitator is going to ask you about your health history, your medications, even your trauma background. If they don't take the time to learn who you are and what you're carrying, they're not prepared to keep you safe. And this was prior to my first experience, the facilitator wouldn't take time to have a conversation with me, and that was a huge red flag. So be cautious. Be cautious of anyone who makes big promises. If someone tells you this medicine will heal all your trauma or guarantee enlightenment, that's not honest. That's a huge red flag. Another warning sign is what happens after the session. A safe facilitator is going to make sure that you have integration support, either through themselves or other professionals. They have a network of people that they're working with, a team. They're going to check in, or they're going to, again, connect you to some resources. If they disappear the moment the journey is over, just kind of leaving you to figure it out on your own, that's not care. That's not a good facilitator. Boundaries matter more than anything. Right? A facilitator should never blur those lines by pursuing romance, sex, or money from the people they serve. If you see that happening, walk away. And don't be afraid to ask about safety. Right? This is your experience in your life and your future. If you say, what would you do in an emergency, and they don't have a clear answer, that's dangerous. And the same goes for anyone who puts down other traditions or insists that their way is the only right way. That again is also about control and not compassion. There's multiple ways to work with this sacrament, this medicine, shamanically, non-dualistic, therapeutically, so just be cautious. And here's another one. If your facilitator is intoxicated during the session, they should be fully present, fully clear, nothing else. And that can be controversial. And finally, be cautious if someone tries to isolate you, if they discourage you from seeking support from friends, family, or other healers. That's manipulation, not medicine. In the end, the best compass is your intuition. If something feels off, it probably is. A safe facilitator is always going to empower you, not control you.